Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, where I tell you how to make money or teach you how to make money online, and usually with low content publishing through Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. So today is one of my niche research topics, and so there's a whole playlist. If you look up there, then you'll see a link to the rest of my playlist on hot niche topics or niche topics that I think that you can delve into or look more into and see what you want to do. But I wanted to show you how I was thinking of ideas. So I started with going through Amazon's bestsellers, and you can just click on the bestsellers up here and then you get to the books category. And I was just looking through the bestsellers on different books, and I got to the category of home-based businesses. So this is business and money and then home-based. And I was just looking at these and a few caught my eye one of them was definitely a low content book. So this is Small Business Logbook, and you can see this is pretty well established. It has a rank BSR of 13,582, so that's pretty good. And it's pretty, it's got good colors, it's been published for a while, and I know it's going to be maybe something that's been published for a while is going to be hard to compete against. So this is where I wanted to talk about niching down. So Small Business Logbook is definitely a small niche, but you can even make it smaller. So I also was looking up, I wanted to talk about that too, but I wanted to look when we typed in home-based small business logbooks. So I started with just looking on that. And you can see it's not got a great keyword niche score from Self-Publishing Titans, but there are these home-based small business logbooks. And it got me thinking, here's one that's doing well that's been recently published. It's an inventory logbook for small business. So it got me thinking, you can do different types of books to cater to small businesses. And then there's also the niching down of businesses. So I thought, okay, well, let's look through the rest of these and see what I like. Now, here is someone who probably found this niche a little bit ago and then decided to flood the market with a bunch of order books, small business. I do not recommend this because, well, a few reasons. One, let's talk about putting small business on top of the flowers. You can't read it. It's not really pretty. And if I was getting this book, I would think that is not good quality. So you definitely want to avoid something like that. But just doing a bunch of flowered things is not going to work. And not only that, this isn't centered. You can see that this is pushed over to the side. It's not centered up and down. This is a little better. It's centered more and looks a little bit better, but yet again, you can't read small business. It would have been better if it said order book and then small business here in pink on that. Don't just flood the market with a bunch of stuff. Make a few really quality designs or pick different niches to target at. This is like targeted at a bunch of flowers. So they're obviously targeting women because women generally get the books with flowers, but there's no real targeting to this. So don't do this. Sorry if this is yours, but this is just not going to be a good thing out of your time. So I got to this one about soap making, and I thought, what a great idea. Not necessarily soap making, but why don't you make startup or online businesses, like why don't you niche down? So soap making is like a smaller niche of a business. So the next thing I typed in was startup online business books, just to see if there was any other ideas kind of in this niche. And I got this one. So this one is selling. It's got some reviews. It was published last year. It hasn't sold in a little bit, but it did sell. So that's something. And I think this one, I don't know if this one had, I think this one did. I looked inside and it had daily, monthly sort of goals. So this was more of it felt more like a dated planner, or one of these did, which I totally makes sense. But let's see, I scroll down here. I saw another one that I kind of liked. Different ledger books. Anyway, I don't think it was on this one. It must have been on the other one. But I liked, this didn't really turn up anything great. So then I started going, okay, how do I niche down? But, beyond beyond like startup or online or small business or small home-based business. So I thought about home-based lawn care logbooks because I was thinking about summer jobs and things like that. So I found this one, and I don't know why this is really wide. I think it had an error when it was loading. And so I found, I guess a lot of people decided, maybe looked this up and said, hey, let's do logbooks. There's a few of these lawn care logbooks, but this one's not rank found, but it's been recently published, not rank found. But I want you to compare this and this cover to the one that is selling. It is advertised, but look how bright and bold and pretty. Like, I can read everything really well. My lawn care client data book. Like, that is really easy to read, and it's got a graphic that catches your eye. It's the whole page, and it's very representative of, like, a kid with their lawnmower in a business. So this is a really great example of a good cover that catches the eye, that fits the niche. Whereas this is okay, but like, would you pick this one or would you pick this one? I would pick this one. It looks really professionally done. Yet again, it's not that these down here are bad. This one's not too bad, though. I never like the white. It kind of it blends into the thing, so I never like that. And this one's a little better, but yet again, I would still pick this one on top because it really fits. And, they've done a good job. They have it at a higher price point, which is really great because it really does stand out from all the rest of these. But my point is two things. One, the cover can really sell it. Definitely, if you have that professional looking cover that really fits your audience, really fits the niche, that is what's going to sell this book for you. Number two is the importance of kind of looking at something like home-based businesses and how can I niche that down. So I just thought of lawn care because I actually hired somebody today to mow my lawn. So it was a boy down the neighborhood, and he's doing a lawn care business, so I hired him to mow my lawn. So that's kind of how I came up with looking on lawn care. But there are a lot of small businesses out there that like lawn care or I can't think of anything. Soap making, that was one. Just look on Google for home-based businesses and look, there's like 100 home-based businesses you can try. And so do a few Google searches and find maybe the top 10 or 15 and see if you can make a client data book or a logbook that fits the niche. You might be able to reuse your pages, but it might require a specific sort of page or a specific sort of data. It just kind of depends on what's out there. And what the audience needs. Just like I said, that this cover really, really, really speaks to, sorry, we have F-22s flying overhead while I'm taping. Yay. So just like I said, this book right here really speaks to the niche of that kid with a lawnmower earning business. It's just bright, colorful. It looks very professional. You can do that with another niche, maybe not lawn care, but look at all the home-based businesses out there, soap making, maybe crafting. I know a lot of people do those big fluffy wreaths. There's people who, I'm trying to think of craft fairs I go to who sell woodworking. So if you know anything about woodworking, maybe a small business woodworking logbook, notebook, to track expenses, materials. I actually know of someone who opened their own, it was a young 18-year-old who opened their own woodworking business. And he said the first thing he kind of messed up was that he wasn't tracking his expenses correctly. And so once he figured out how to track those, he did much better in his business. So those sorts of things are very important, especially to certain things that maybe use a lot more materials or the materials are more expensive. So if you find a little bit about those niche, find, the top 10 or 15 home-based businesses that maybe you want to focus in on and create logbooks specifically for those. And I imagine you can probably reuse some of the interior pages. Maybe some will apply, some won't apply. But get kind of a feel. for those sort of things. Now, I wanted to show you, I actually also looked up on Publisher Rocket. I put in small business logbook, small business planner, and lawn care client log, just to kind of get some various things. And I was trying to think, okay, what does this give us any extra ideas? And I kind of found that, interesting enough, a lot of the small business notebooks, kind of going through this, that I think this is something a lot of people tend to pick up at the beginning of the year to kind of get themselves organized, that New Year's resolution thing. So if you start making some of these books now, it's going to go, they're probably going to sell in the Q4 timeframe. Now, the lawn care obviously would be this time of year, because some, at least in the United States or the Northern Hemisphere, it's summer. So lawn care and summer lawn care business. But on the flip side, let's say you're in the winter books. Maybe I know a lot of people who mow lawns, and then the other thing they do in the winter is they plow snow. So maybe you make a lawn care / snow plowing logbook or something like that. Because I know a lot of people in the US who do landscaping and stuff in the summer change to snow plowing and things like that in the winter. So maybe that would be a really handy notebook for somebody. But it got me thinking that a lot of these small businesses and planners, you can definitely make a year-round type thing, but a lot of them do really work as planners. Let's see down here. Yeah, Small Business Planner 2021. And see, right now it's not really making a lot of money because probably these are dated, right? And we're talking in the middle of June, and by this time people are going to start looking for 2022 here pretty soon. So, but this is something you could start now, and then that way when Q4 people start buying these in the October, November, December timeframe, definitely October 2022 planners will start to sell. Not a lot, but they'll start to sell. So that's something to think of, because that's going to come sooner than you think. And then I just typed in Small Business Planner. And so Small Business Planner 2021, again, that whole, not very much right now, small business planners. You can see that these sorts of things aren't selling really big right now, because I think people buy them for the tax year or the year. And it makes more sense to kind of make those as a Q4 thing. But on the other side, we talked about lawn care. Lawn care is something that's going to be a niched down. So we talked about small businesses, and our second niche, our sub niche, is that lawn care. And you could do planner, client trackers. There's all sorts of different books you can start with. And then your sub niche, small business or home-based business. Your sub niche is lawn care. And then maybe you make a few different types of books. Maybe you make a client book. Maybe you make an expense tracker. Maybe you make an all-in-one client and expense tracker. You can do different things based on your niche and your audience. But I found kind of these results interesting. You've got the lawn care data. So $55, not too bad. Not lawn care for dummies, that would be trademark, the for dummies. But there's different things on here that just gave me some ideas. And I just thought it was kind of fascinating when you start niching down like that, creating that sub niche. Remember, we have some sort of client logbook or expense tracker. That's your type of book, and then you have your niche, home-based business, and then your sub niche in this case would be lawn care, but you could do that with any of the home-based businesses that are out there. So I hope this was really helpful for you and gave you some good ideas, because I think the way really to make money in this business is to create a specific product for a specific audience, and then you can really capture their attention. Just like that lawn care book that I said, wow, that is a great cover. That just exemplifies, if I was mowing lawns, that's the type of book I would want to bring with me, because it just looks really exactly the niche, professional, bright. It's a really good looking cover, and that would sell it for me, and it would sell it for other people. So a lot of these logbooks that are out there, might be flowery or pretty or something, but you can stand out by making something that really resonates with your audience, something that kind of grabs their attention and really, makes them say, yes, that is my niche. That is who I am. That's what I do. And that's what I want you to learn here. Kind of, I'm showing you the do's, the don'ts. In all my niche research, I really want to help you guys, and I want to teach you my process as I go through and think about all these things and think about what is a good niche and how can I make a better niche and what makes it stand out or what doesn't make it stand out. I want to teach you the processes so you can start using your great thoughts, because everyone has great thoughts. You just need maybe a little bit of training to figure out or bring out those great thoughts in you. So I hope this was really helpful for you. I will see you in the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And of course, check out the rest of the hot niches in my niche playlist on YouTube. Thanks so much. Bye.